Namaskar. Thanks to all of you for your kind cooperations in our astrological journey. Today our pinpoint is Ketu Dev, the mysterious planet. We have so many videos on Ketu Dev, but today's thinking is totally different. How the native will tackle the Ketu Antardosha, Ketu Mahadosha or Ketu Patyantadosha. No doubt Ketu is cutting, Ketu is changing, Ketu is blocking in relationship, in wealth, in prosperity, all are theirs. So Ketu Antardosha or Mahadosha, native, what to be done in this particular Mahadosha or Antardosha? We know Ketu is the planet of detachment. Small detachment may come in the life, and that hardship to be borne by the native. Mindset will be that in Ketu Antardosha we have some hardship, we have some stress, we have some loss. But in Ketu Antardosha we have to do much work than previous Mahadosha or previous Antardosha. Ketu is a deep-rooted planet. So the native on Ketu Antardosha should be in his deep-rooted work. He may be separated from the society, from the other system, to go into the depth research on particular subjects. So in Ketu Antardosha, native have to release some gain. That may be small gain, that is loss, no problem. But after the Ketu Antardosha, what will happen? Venus or Shukradev Mahadosha Antardosha will come. And then that time, native get huge amount of wealth, prosperity, honor, rewards in life. So Ketu is the basement on which the Venus will be placed. Shukra Mahadosha, the Shukra, the lords of love, relationship, wealth, prosperity, luxury, comfort, aestheticness, all are there. But prior to that, Ketu will come. So native have to face Ketu with his strong mindset. Ketu will give some change. Friend circle may change, official setup may change, relationship blocking may there. So some change, some cutting, some flow of money may be restricted in Ketu Antardosha or Mahadosha. But if native sustain that by his efforts, by his intelligence, by his own energy, then next Antardosha, Venus, Shukradev or Mahadosha will give the divine blessings, so much prosperity, honor, reward, life, love, romance, which is held up in the short period of Ketu, that will be flourished in the time of next Antardosha of Venus. So that will be kept in mind. Ketu, no doubt hardship, but that hardship is needed for the strength of the natives and the strength of other planets. That will give the result in Shukra Mahadosha, Shukra Antardosha, Shukra Patyantadosha. This is the main logic. Ketu in 10th house and Ketu in 11th house. Native gets so much wealth, so much prosperity. Ketu in 5th house, it is the Purva Punno. In the previous life, Paruddha Karma, native have some pending spirituality that to be covered in this phase. Ketu also symbolize children, son, pets, pet dogs, all are within the Ketu. There is some similarity with the Ketu. Dogs only characterize the black and white, just like Ketu. Ketu is headless. Mythologically, we know Sarvabhanu Dev, the demon, when take the Amrit, and that news or message goes to Lord Vishnu via sun and moon. And by Sudarshan Chakra, Lord Vishnu beheaded Sarvabhanu Dev. That head portion becomes the Rahu, which is throughout the universe. The aggressiveness, the desires, the illusions. But Ketu is reverse. When the body is beheaded of Sarvabhanu Dev, the Ketu is the body, that is Dhar of Sarvabhanu Dev, falls on the feet of Lord Vishnu and getting the touch of spirituality. So Ketu always have some detachment, but small detachment when integrated makes either great detachment or it may give too much material gain. Both are possible. Strong detachment makes the person maybe a sannyasi. When the small detachment are integrated, that converted the native step by step to the sannyas. Or during this strong detachment, native is so much hardworking, dedicated, disciplined. Native gets so much wealth, prosperity in life. That is also possible. So Ketu's two types of native is there. One is total detachment. One is detached minded but gets every happiness, every divine blessings, wealth, prosperity in life. So Ketu period, mainly on the dosha, native have to be too much cautious. Here hardship is there, aloneness is there, unhappiness is there. When Shukra is coming, all will be nullified and get wealth, honor, reward, love, relation, everything, aesthetic sense, all are there. This is the main thing. Another thing is that Ketu, in which house it is posited. Two things have to be kept in mind: the zodiac sign, Rashi, and the Rashi Lord, and also the conjoined planet. What is there? Ketu generally gives the result of conjoined planet if conjoined planet is very strong. Or the zodiac sign Lord, how it is posited in the chart. If it is very strong, the native will give that results. So that to be kept in mind. Third one is that when any Mahadasha, generally Ketu Mahadasha, Ketu Antardasha is passing, then how the gochar, how the transit of Ketu, Ketu transiting in particular Mahadasha of Ketu or Antardasha of Ketu or Patantardasha of Ketu, on which planet Ketu is transiting, that is also giving results. So there is no fearness. Mindset should be that in Ketu Antardasha, I have some curtailment, I have some hardship, I have some blocking, I have some loss, but after that, I will get the highest destiny. Destiny may be different. Someone want to be total detachment, moksha. Someone will get the highest material world with highest happiness. So we are coming to the Kalpurush Kundali to make our point more clear, and then the charts, the example charts, to make it more eloquently, elaborately described. Now we are coming to the Kalpurush Kundali. Now coming to the Kalpurush Kundali. This is the first house, second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, and so on, going to the 12th house. Here Ketu's placement in any house, Ketu may be placed in first house or second house, and whatever that. Generally 10th house Ketu is very strong, giving good result, and 11th house Ketu. Together with the Upachaya Bhav, that means third house, sixth house, and also in some cases ninth house, Ketu gives good result. But it is not that the first house Ketu is not good. First house Ketu good is too many chart is there. In the chart of Amitabh Bachchan, Ketu in the first house. So first house Ketu means in which zodiac sign Ketu is posited. Here it is in the Aries sign, Mesh Rashi. In Amitabh Bachchan chart, it is in the Aquarius, Kumbh Rashi. So Kumbh Rashi is the Saturn. So Saturn Ketu, the type of conjunctions may be summarized in the chart of Amitabh Bachchan. But here Ketu in the Mars sign, Aries sign. So Ketu Mars conjunction, it is called Kujavat Ketu and Shanivat Rahu. So today's discussion of Ketu, so Kujavat Mars here in the first house, always the energy of Mars is there. While Mars and Ketu energy is mixed up, native will be too much determinant to get the success in life. We native may get so much hardship, so much blocking, so many blocking rather, so many changing rather, so many cutting in the life, but after that native get worldwide success. So this is the first house Ketu. When Ketu coming to the second house, it is the house of Taurus. Lordship goes to Venus. So Ketu gets the character of Venus. So native will be very much aesthetic sense. Native may be in relationship, may be in love and romance. Native gets so much wealth, prosperity, happiness, all are possibles. When Ketu Antardosha or Ketu Mahadosha will come, native have to be cautious. That some hardship, some stress will come into effect, that to be nullified in the next Antardosha of Venus. We already discussed. Similarly, Ketu when come to the third house. Third house is the first Upachaya Bhav. Ketu is a malefic planet. So here, native may be a great astrologer. Native may be a great occultist. Native Ketu here is posited, deep-rooted knowledge with the Ketu. So the native may be a great philosopher also. Now in the third house Ketu, when it is in the auspicious aspect of Jupiter or Venus or Mercury, native gets so much wealth, prosperity in life. Now Ketu in the fourth house, always we are thinking some sorts of detachment. That detachment may be in different stages. That integration of detachment may give total detachment or may give total material gain. So Ketu in fourth house, generally native far from his motherland, and also try to free his motherland and devoted there for the care of motherland or mother. So here Ketu is very significant in the Cancer sign or in the Moon sign. Now Ketu actually is the south node of Moon, the elliptical path over which the sun and moon moves, that north point where the two circle conjoined, in this is the point of Ketu. So Ketu in fourth house, general natives do so much thing for the motherland, and native have to be in hardship, just like Mahatma Gandhi, just like Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Ketu in the fourth house. Now in fifth house is the house of knowledge, house of progeny, house of creativity, house of wealth, house of children, house of occult, house of higher learning, higher educations. Ketu gives deep knowledge. Native may be a famous person. Native, the fifth house is Parubdha Karma, Purva Punno. Native have some spiritual job in this particular life also, the pending karma. And previous life, he or she have done something. So Ketu in fifth house, very important. Native will be very spiritual, pious persons, and also try to get the welfare of not only himself, but for the whole society. Ketu in fifth house. Now sixth house Ketu. Here Rog, Rin, Repu competition is there. So Ketu is not so much easier here. But if native knows the technique of Ketu, the hardship will no doubt come. Loss will no doubt come. Unhappiness no doubt come in Ketu Antardosha Mahadosha. But after that, native crack the competitive examinations in NEET IIT level, or maybe in the also Rog, Rin, Ripu. That will be recovered when Ketu is posited in the sixth house. Now seventh house. Seventh house is Libra sign, Tula Rashi, and Ketu is posited here with. Ketu here get the energy of Venus, Shukradev, Tula Rashi. And when the aspect of Jupiter, where fifth aspect, seventh aspect, or ninth aspect of Jupiter's falls on the Ketu, native will be very much spiritual. His native's spouse and native relation will be very cordial. Native will be very cordial in his business and also in partnership. So seventh house Ketu always positive, but some negative point is also there. If malefic aspect of Saturn, Mars, Sun is coming, then in the family life, some detachment in the mind of native may be there. When the cruel aspect of Mars or cruel aspect of Sun or negative aspect of Saturn coming on the Ketu in the seventh house. Now eighth house actually Ketu's signification house, 8th house and 12th house. Saturn also gets signification here in the 8th house. 8th house of transformation, Tantra Mantra. Also in the 5th house, Tantra Mantra is there. So native maybe get some thing new in his life by meditations. Already we told that in the Ketu Mahadasha or Ketu Antardosha, native have to be give prayer to actually Lord Ganapati ji. Om Gam Ganapataye Namo. So that is the lordship of Ketu. And here in the 5th house, Tantra Mantra is there. Similarly in the 8th house, transformation in the Tantra Mantra. Occults, all are there. Here also the hidden work, hidden journey, the under beneath the soil, petroleum, coal, that type of work is there, and native may get success. Now 8th house actually in Kalpurush Kundali Scorpion sign, also Martian effect is there in the 8th house of Kalpurush Kundali. Now in the 9th house, it is the house of Dev Guru Brihaspati. And Ketu is posited. Ketu more spiritual than that of Dev Guru Brihaspati himself. So when Ketu is posited here, native will be too much spirituality in its mind. And in every endeavor, every entrepreneurship, so much hardship will be there, so much loss will be there, so much blocking will be there, so much cutting will be there, change will be there, but ultimately native would get success in higher learning, in the education, in the wealth, in the foreign journey. Native would get success. Now coming to the 10th house, already told, the 10th house and 11th house, Ketu gives too much prosperity to the native. In the 10th house of karma, Ketu says, do your karma with the Gita slok, Gita concept. We have to do work. Whatever may be the result, that will be seen later on. So Ketu, when 10th house, native have to make hard work, and natives day by day get skilled, and day by day get spirituality, and at the top of material gain, native may be there, or maybe in the spirituality head, native may be. In the 11th house of success, it is actually Aquarius sign. Here signification goes to Saturn, also that of Rahu. Here material gain is there. But Ketu gives material gain after so much cutting, after so much small phase of hardship, after so much loss, so much small thing is there that is distasteful, that is hardship, that is unhappiness. But ultimately, when integrated, native would get success. This is the chart of great cricketer Sachin Tendulkar. In 11th house, Ketu is there. 12th house Ketu, it is also the house, the signification of Ketu and Jupiter, and also the office of Saturn in the 12th house. What happens here? It is the house of spirituality. Ketu here gives too much energy. And Ketu always try to attach with different types of welfare societies. When Ketu is posited in 12th house, native will be so much knowledge, deep-rooted knowledge in a spiritual journey, like K. N. Rao, the great astrologer of world and India, Ketu in 12th house. It is the house of knowledge, it is the house of social research, it is the house of actually change, the thinking that is there. We are coming to the chart of K. N. Rao later on. So this is there in the 12th house Ketu, giving so much benefit in the spiritual world, and in some cases also the material world. That depends upon how the outlook of the native is. That depends. Now some point also to be clarified about now the very important point in the mind of the native. What to be done in the Ketu Antardasha, Ketu Mahadasha, Ketu Potantardasha. It is in brief, just give the prayer to the Ganesh ji, Ganapati ji, and chanting the mantra Om Gam Ganapataye Namah, very simple mantra, or Ganapati Stotram is there, that to be listened or recite, and it is very much meaningful in the Wednesday. So Ketu remedy have to mindset for hardship, for loss, for changing, for blocking, and worshipping of actually Ganapati ji. Ganapati is the lord of Ketu. So that to be kept in mind. And native have to be spiritual in the Ketu Antardasha. So Mahadasha, Antardasha, Patantardasha very important for analysis of any chart, for any point, any transitions, any phase of life. So this is to be done. Now coming to the first example chart, K. N. Rao, the world best astrologers. Date of birth 12-10-1981. Time of birth 7:55. Place of birth Machili Pattanam. Here the ascendant is Libra and zodiac sign is also Libra. Tula Rashi, Tula Lagna. Today our journey is Ketu Dev. In this chart, Ketu is posited in Bhagro sign in 12th house. So Ketu in his own sign, own significant house. So he is too much spiritualistic in his life. And also gain total spirituality. Here Makari sun in the 12th house, making Buddhaditya joke, giving him too much honor, rewards in life. In the 10th house, Cancer sign, Jupiter is posited. Jupiter giving 7th aspect on the 4th house, mother care. Jupiter 9th aspect on the own Pisces sign on Rahu Dev. So Rahu is controlled by the Jupiter. So he is too much wiseness, too much wisdom is there, too much intelligence is there with Ken Rao. He is, since the 10th house Jupiter is helps the other also. He helps the society also. And deep-rooted knowledge, 10th house exalted Jupiters. Here in this the first house, Venus, Moon, all are aspecting the 7th house with Mars. In the first house, Mars, sannyas joke. So he is so much interested about the spiritualistic life, not the materialistic gain. But actually he is so much honorable, so much rewards and so much talent with his doing the job. He is a great government officers and also the great spiritual leaders or astrologer all over the world. Since Ketu in the 12th house. And that Ketu is very strong with conjunction with Sun and Mercury. And Jupiter position in the 10th house. That is also very important. And disposited of the 12th house, also very strongly placed in the chart in own sign. So this is the great chart where Ketu is posited in 12th house and the native gets highest spirituality in his astrological journey and knowledge that comes from the other planets. And third house Saturn in the first Upachoy Bhav give him too much prosperity in his government job life and also in the spiritualistic life. So he is a famous astrologer, no doubt the best astrologer of the world. Ken Rao Sav in the 12th house, Ketu is posited. Coming to the unique chart of Sachin Tendulkar, the great cricketer of India and world. Date of birth 24th April 1973. Time of birth 1425. Place of birth Mumbai. Ascendant is Leo and zodiac sign is Sagittarius. Dhonu Rashi, Singha Lagna, great chart of Sachin Tendulkar. What happens in this chart? We are today discussing about the Ketu Dev. That Ketu is posited in the 11th house. We already discussed 10th house and 11th house Ketu giving so much material gain at the end of the journey. That is his ticket journey. Now what happens in the other parts of the charts? Here Jupiter, the 5th house lord. 5th house lord is Jupiter, Devguru Brihaspati. That is posited in 6th house in Capricorn sign, no doubt debilitated. But debilitation is cancelled by the exalted Mars in Capricorn sign. Now Jupiter 5th aspect, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th on the 10th house of profession on Saturn. So Saturn is always positive. Always he is hard worker, dedicated, disciplined, laboriousness, structured, all are there in his ticket career or life this is there. And sixth house, the Nij Bhanga Yog, Nij Bhanga of Jupiter is done by the exalted Mars. So Nij Bhanga Yog, Raj Yog is there in the chart of Sachin Tendulkar. So all hurdles of the life and all hurdles of his career, cricket career, he easily cross over. And here in the ninth house of fortune, Sun is exalted and Sun Venus conjunctions. So much wealth, prosperity, honor, rewards in his life that is countless. He is famous world, one of the best cricketers. This is also in the eighth house of transformations. Here, Mercury no doubt debilitated in Pisces sign, but eighth house debilitation is actually Raj Yoga. And actually 11th house Ketu give so many hardship, so many changes, so many blocking in life, but ultimate great success in 11th house Ketu in the chart of great cricketer Sachin Tendulkar. Now coming to the third chart, Sunil Manohar Gavaskar, the great cricketer of India and world. Date of birth 10th July 1949, time of birth 2042, place of birth Mumbai. This is the great birth chart of Sunil Manohar Gavaskar. Here ascendant Lagna is Capricorn, lordship goes to Saturn. That Saturn is posited in 8th house. So there is transformation in his life. Lagna Lord in the 8th house. In this chart, Jupiter giving 5th aspect on the 5th house on Mars, Jupiter-Mars conjunctions. So he is too much determined, so much active, so much action in his cricket careers. Jupiter 7th aspect on Venus, Jupiter-Venus conjunction, so much wealth, prosperity, honor, rewards in his life. Jupiter 9th aspect on Ketu. So Jupiter-Ketu, 9th aspect, Jupiter-Ketu conjunction, the great spiritual leaders inherently, not externally. He get all material gains, also get the spirituality during his hard work, during his cricket careers. In the third house of first Upachaya Bhav, Rahu is posited. In the first Upachaya Bhav, Rahu is being a malefic planet, giving too much energy, too much skill, too much communication power. And in the house of talent, Mars is posited. So he is too much aggressive in his thinking about his cricket, the new dimension of cricket given by Sunil Gavaskar. Here the main point is that in today's journey, Ketu is posited in 9th house of fortune. No doubt aspect of Jupiter is coming, 9th aspect. But this is the Virgo sign. So dispositor is Mercury, Buddha. That Mercury is posited in his Gemini sign, own sign, with Sun making Buddhaditya Yoga. So dispositor of Ketu is very strong in the chart of Sunil Gavaskar, making him the great cricketer of all time.